guys, Zender here, back again for another video, and today I am here with, oh shoot, I forgot to change the Discord settings so that I don't get the dings.
The dings?
Do not disturb. Okay, now I won't get those notification sounds interrupting the video.
Oh, like that. Yes, I got everything muted.
Alright.
Great.
Anyway, troops,
Yes.
welcome. Oh, shoot. Welcome back
That's
to another Empire tour. Today we are here with Egeau. And, yeah, he's got a fair number of residences to show, apparently. So, yeah. Why don't we get started?
Well, hello there. Well, we're currently starting off on this residence. This is residence 1145. And believe it or not, this is the very first residence I ever landed on.
Oh, cool.
I got this residence back in 2011, I think, or 2012. It has several rebuilt back since then, and right now it's just like an empty residence with a bit of a shell of a build on it. But I do think it's a nice place to start because it's a relatively recent build of mine, and I do think it looks somewhat good.
Yeah, it definitely seems a little futuristic. Kind of like how, you know how a lot of dorms in big cities are being built with like that whole futuristic style, quote unquote. But
yeah,
I mean, how can you really call it futuristic if it's now?
I know
current
what this
style?
building here is because this is a recreation of a real life building.
Oh,
What year do you think it was designed? It's a pretty famous architect, so you might know him. It's 1920.
1920.
Yes, by the architect Gerrit Rietveld, which is a Dutch architect and a friend of Piet Mondriaan.
Wow.
So yes.
I was kind of aiming towards like 1970, but
Yeah, no. In real life, this is an art gallery, and there are like sculptures everywhere. And I've
Cool.
been there, and I wanted to recreate it, so I did. But right now, it's a small teleportation area, which teleports to some of the things I have done, at least the noteworthy stuff.
okay.
But
Cool.
I think that's cool. And I think that we're going to start by going to my storage area,
All right.
which
So-
we're going to travel back 100 years further in time to the 1820s.
Wow. So you're like really into architecture then.
A little, a little. This is a bit more fantasy-like.
Okay.
As you can see, around here there are a lot of chests with this, just like a regular storage thing. Nothing really too special.
Okay.
Though there's a lot of redstone behind there, so like this indent that is there is like actually necessary. It couldn't just be stacked above. It really needs to be below. And because of its storage, I wanted to transport some items around. So here, there's a train. And
Oh, that. Ah, I see. You're the conductor.
yes, I'm
Or
the
not
conductor,
the
and
conductor.
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And the machinist, or whatever it's called in English, is Tom. You might know him.
Okay.
It's the second highest posting member on the forums right now.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. So.
And he is my real life friend, and we share everything. So everything you see here is like it's all built by me because he doesn't really like doing building. But he also owns it. So like this is not just my storage, this is also his.
Okay.
And as you can see here on the other side, there is a train that is loading off some beautiful logs.
Oh,
that are
that
also going
is
to
a
off.
nice touch.
So yeah, and as you can see, you're standing right underneath a giant flying ship that is loading out some gold.
Oh yeah.
And
So,
if you walk out, you can see the ship.
We'll walk out where?
Just like out of the residence. Follow me here.
I see.
So yeah, there's a ship.
Cool.
It's a dual res, as you can see.
Yep.
Here you can also see some of my beautiful empty residences, by the way. Like they're absolutely.
Oh yeah, the grass is fantastic. You have done a very
it?
good job.
Good boy. Yeah. Yes. So there's a giant flying ship here, and it's loading out some gold. And if you just like walk over one of the ropes, maybe you will see that like it's all furnished and everything. I spent some time on it. I'm still not like 100% satisfied with it, but it's a pretty old build by now. I think I made it in 2017. It's a early 1.12 building.
Okay.
Concrete was just added. So yeah, like this is the general area. Here, by the way, there's also the hyperdrive, which, as you can see, you should not touch under any circumstance because they do not know how it works.
Okay.
And yes, here inside there is an area with promo storage that we're not using as of right now because they're still in another residence. We were planning to use it, but we just aren't. And if you go down there, indeed, you will find that this is the place we store our voltage tools.
Cool.
And from here, you can see that this is the place the gold is being loaded out of.
Nice.
There's also some more storage over here that's also completely aesthetic only. And right here, there is the teleportation area to some other areas in our storage.
Wait, right where?
Can you follow me?
Where are you?
There's a bit of parkouring going on. I'm here.
Oh.
This used to be the teleportation area, but then we decided that we never really need to be up here. But here you can go to the Enchanter and to the Black Market. So let's start out with the Black Market.
So
Where?
there's a little funny thing where, one of the things that I've been working with one of my friends is a Minecraft YouTube series called Legacy's End right now. And we actually have a whole bunch of airships and a black market inside of the series, so
Great,
it's kind of funny that you have that same sort of stuff going
Yeah.
on.
So here there is like it's like a smallish area which made in 1.12, so it's not like really all too much. But that's just like our general potion smelter for only fire resistance because that's the only thing we ever use. Water bucket filler, so you put empty buckets in here and just fills them up. And here there's a 2 smeltery. We'll get to a larger smeltery because we got a rather large one elsewhere.
Okay.
And here there is actually the input to the storage, to the sorter, sorry. Because well, you don't really want the sorter to always run because like you can't go away whilst it's running. I'll show you the redstone in a moment. So here there's just a thing, and then you can flick the switch, and then it just all turns on.
Cool.
So that's here. And if we go to the other side, because we're currently like in there. Hey. And if we go in here, mind the redstone door. Well done.
There we go.
In here, there's the enchanter. And that's just like, we've never really used it, I think, because it's like not useful to have an enchanting table late game. But we have one, and it's decorated. Like, I did spend some time on it.
I like how the bookshelves kind of go further down than the table.
Yeah, it's like a fade effect with glass.
Yeah.
If you would have paid it, like, if you have played really close attention, you could have also seen that the trains in the tunnels also use this faded glass effect.
Okay.
Like, the tunnels were also made like this. So, like, you can't see the bottom, but it's more difficult.
Cool.
And there are also some anvils here, and I really underestimated the amount of anvils you need for anything, because right now I usually just craft a stack of anvils whenever I need them. Because, like, we have a lot of resources. And, I'll also, sorry for all the redstone storage going on.
That's okay.
If we're here, there is also a nice area to the redstone.
Oh.
Here, there's our concrete converter that we never used. And here, another redstone door, is the general redstone.
Oh, wow.
Which is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it's a very complicated system.
It is. Actually, this is the easy part.
Oh.
But Yeah, this is rather a nightmare. Here's the redstone piston door we just went through, by the way. That's this thing here. Yeah, so basically, this here is just a general storage area that we've never really used all that much because we're too lazy to like actually set up the filters, which I know is really weird. But on this side, and I have to find the entrance, there is the bulk storage, which is broken right now because of the
Oh.
water streams. But yeah, there used to be a lot of stuff here. Yeah, and right here, if you go below, but this is like rather difficult to see, but I've shown it before to people. Like there's a lot of
Oh!
chests, like a lot of chests.
So how do I get back up from here?
GTP,
Uh,
group TP.
okay. Slash invite.
I have already invited you.
Oh. Slash
Right?
join. Yep, I'm now in. So slash TP.
Da 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 da.
I do not have permission to slash TP.
You do not. Oh,
No.
that is weird. In that case, just go back to residence 752.
Slash V752. Okay.
And then we'll just walk there. In like the other way, which is down here. This also brings us to like another way I can show you stuff. Down here, down, 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 down,
Down.
down,
Oh!
down.
Down.
Here,
This
here.
place is a maze!
Oh, this isn't even the worst maze.
Oh no, now I got the shade glitch.
Oh, great.
I'll be right back.
Yep. All right.
I'm back.
Here there is our shulker box system. So basically, there's shulker boxes in here, and those get emptied and into here and to here.
Okay.
And also, if you put shulker boxes in the general input, they will also get filtered through because a shulker box is the only item that cannot be put in a shulker box. So you can just filter for shulker boxes, and then you put the shulker boxes in here, then they get automatically emptied, and they get automatically sent through the storage system.
Cool.
Which is great. Yeah. So here, there's the redstone again.
Oh my goodness, you got a lot of those trap chests.
It's the best way to enter something where like people can't really enter it without permission, because like everyone has button access on this residence.
Ah.
Because like we use buttons for teleports.
Okay.
But yes, this is double speed item filtering system, and under here there's just a lot of chests, and a lot of chests is a lot of hoppers, right? If you are automatically sorting stuff, and I don't want to create a lot of lag. Like your FPS might be hurting a little bit, but on the server this place is actually really neat, because every single hopper here is being locked right now. And that prevents all server lag. Basically, there are like redstone blocks behind that, on like between them, that get pushed down, and then there are just normal stone blocks behind them, and then they can flow through. So there's redstone here that detects whether or not the system is actually active and needs to have the hoppers active or not.
Okay.
So that way there are, I think, roughly 5,000 hoppers on this residence, but it only takes roughly 15 milliseconds, no, 7 milliseconds per tick on my system to run this, which I know is a metric you might not know what it is, but I'm not going to try to explain it.
I do know what the metric is, but that's
7
impressive.
milliseconds a second.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so if you like walk all the way back, and I am going to enable my padded fur boots. If you walk all the way back, you can see that like the chests disappear, and then you can like see how it works.
Oh wow.
Also above here there is the residence we just were.
Okay.
The redstone. Like you can see most of the stuff here. And yeah, this is the storage area that Tom and I use. Actually, it's only 1/3 of our storage area.
1/3. Okay, so you got
Yes.
like 2 more similar storage areas?
First of all, there is residence 753.
/V753.
Yes. And you can probably guess where we are now.
We're inside of the ship
Exactly.
hydrogen
Inside
area.
the balloon.
Wow.
This is our massive bulk storage. So here there are, I think, 46 double chests of sandstone, another few of poppies, a lot of mycelium. I think we got more than 50 DC of mycelium here. 16 smooth stone, some stone, even more poppies because I've just got way too much poppies. And like iron farming, right? Yeah. And we were planning to move everything from another residence to this residence, so like this part here.
Okay.
It is Tom van Wichelen, Tom van Wijnen. He wins a lot of auctions, right? I don't know if you know this, but he wins a lot of auctions.
Okay.
He likes to buy stuff. So we just randomly have like 10 DC of like sea lanterns. And like in the general storage, that doesn't really fit, does it?
Nope.
So we set up a temporary residence and we just put some chests down there temporarily. And that expanded a bit. And well, in Russian, there is a saying that there's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. So yeah, let's go to residence 859. And you'll see it yourself.
Oh yeah, very temporary.
I'm like, this is just, this is our little piece of shame here. Like, there's just 3 double chests of apples, some double chests of bows, some double chests of jungle boot stairs. Here there's a few prismarine bricks, cooked fish, snow blocks, mushroom stew, flowers, red sandstone, orange glass.
Oh my, yeah.
And every single chest is filled. There are no empty chests on this residence.
Well.
Actually,
you ever see those movies with magic where you have the wizard or the room with the crazy storage system? Like they never know where the book is or where that certain wand is or anything like that. This almost looks like that, except where you actually have signs designated to help you find where stuff is at.
Yeah, so we actually made that storage. You can see it over there. We actually made it, if your render distance is high enough.
Yeah, I see it.
We actually made that after like this here was already thoroughly expanded. And we did not need to get a single block for our storage. Everything was already on this residence.
Oh, wow. So you didn't even need to go out into the wilderness to get wood for the ship. You had the wood here.
Yeah. The only thing we didn't have was wool.
Ah.
And that is a segue. Because I decided to make... Yeah, I know. I plan stuff. I do write occasionally. No, the only thing we didn't have is wool. And we needed wool for another project, which we're going to end on, hopefully. So I made a wool farm. And that wool farm started producing a bit much. So I made a bigger wool farm because I thought we could sell it. And that wool shop, that's like a wool farm underneath it, is currently located as residence 963.
963.
Yes. So, here we are. This is our wool shop. And here we are like really futuristic. Like the other stuff was more modern 1920s, but this is like actual futuristic building. It's actually called eco-modernism, but like it doesn't really matter. Like all of these chests are just filled with wool because like, here's the thing. In the current wool days, like since 1.13, wool isn't all that expensive. But this build was built in 1.12, and then wool was a bit more expensive. So this was actually a quite viable business thing.
Okay.
And as you can see, we are currently standing on the center of a quadrants. So this is like this is all road edits and stuff. So there are 400 sheep here.
400 sheep.
Yeah, because it's the center of a quadras.
Okay.
So yeah, like this is the general building. It's not really like it's a lot of designing work to make something like this, but it's pretty quick to see.
Mhm.
There's also like a small tea area here, just because where the residents left, and I was like, yeah, let's just make a general tea area. And I thought it looked somewhat decent.
Yeah.
And over here there is Tom's cobblestone, because Tom likes to mine for stone and just like get stone. So we also sell cobblestone, which is just a thing we do, and we have a lot of it.
Okay.
Because like we have a lot of everything basically. Basically this me accepting you to give me a tour, me accepting to give you a tour is basically just me giving you my absolutely obvious egocentrism and narcissism to show you how good I am. And it's just effectively what is going on right now.
Oh boy. Well, hey, I mean, you've got a lot of cool stuff. You've definitely taken a lot of time to build this.
Yeah. So
Like,
this is like a bit of a thing above the shop, because I didn't want to have the bit just be flat, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
the actual redstone around, like underneath the shop, is way larger than the actual shop itself, because like every
Oh.
column of chests, so this one and this one and this one and this one, like there's a larger storage underneath, and every column is filled up with hopper speed. So that's quite a lot of item elevators and stuff going on to actually make that happen, because that's 20 times hopper speed, and that's like difficult to work on.
Wow.
So yeah, like that is this general area. Also, as you can see, we also sell smooth stone there. So underneath here, there's also our storage,
Okay.
and no, not our storage, our smeltery is actually also underneath here.
Ah.
So I am going to teleport to a place you cannot teleport to, because, well, stuff. And is this interesting to see? Like, it's just a bunch of redstone, really. You know what? Let's skip it.
Okay.
Let's now go to residence 749, which is just a small place.
Oh.
And I built this for build contest once, and it's just there now.
Okay.
It has no purpose, absolutely no purpose right now, but it's just a funny thing. I am like kind of proud on the way the custom trees came out. I think they're quite cool.
They are very nice.
Thank you. So yeah, there's like a custom tree here, and some gardening, and some trees, some even more trees, and even more trees. Oh wow, there are a lot of trees here. It's almost like it's a forest.
Almost.
Yeah, and like there's also like a house with a living area, because like it's cozy here, right? And also we just like there's a wheat field out there, and we always jump on it, so like all of these chests are filled with diamond hose. Because like of course they are. You need to do something with your Votus diamonds, right?
Yeah.
And there's also a little place upstairs with a little bed and some chairs.
Yeah, this definitely seems like a nice, warm little cottage.
Yeah, like it's just something that I made. I think I designed it during lectures. Like this is what I build like when I don't really have a plan, right? You're just like, and a leaf block here, and a leaf block here, and a leaf block here, and let's make a little fence. It's basically just Bob Ross except Minecraft.
That,
Um,
and Bob Ross was a pretty good artist, so that
yeah,
works.
that works. And I just made it partially like that, and partially because I wanted to experiment with more color. Because
Okay.
as you may have seen so far, like I have a tendency to color my builds a bit bland. Like it's all just white and a bit of green usually, and some grays.
Hmm.
So I really wanted to experiment with like having a water feature over here with like this very obnoxious blue, and having like this very yellowish and like orange wall for the actual house, and using like pink flowers and like blue flowers even over here.
So you wanted to expand with variety to, like, make the creation pop. you could say.
I wanted to challenge myself to use more colors,
Yeah.
basically. Because, like, I usually don't. Because it's safe. It's really safe to just not color your buildings, right? It's really safe to just only use grays.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is just that area. There's actually a lot of effort in actually schematica in this. I pronounce it the Dutch way, sorry. Schematica, you probably call it. I spent a lot of
Schematic?
effort on that. Yeah, schematic. Because that's like, I originally designed it in Creative and then just copied it over.
Okay.
But all these different blocks, there were almost 200 different types of blocks on this place, and it was a nightmare
Wow.
of inventory management. So like there's some cyan-stained clay in between here, there's moss slabs, there's moss stairs, there's like every single type of grey slab and stair into stone, there's every single type of leaf, there's every single type of log, there's every single type of flower. It's just, it wasn't a fun thing to collect all the resources for this,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm happy I did it.
It looks amazing. You did a fantastic job here.
Thank you. I spent a little too much time on it, to be quite frankly honest with you.
Well, you were doing it for a build competition. You're supposed to
Yeah.
spend too much time.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, here's the thing. I also have a university degree to pretend to work for.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Like, I do want to finish my masters one day. Yes, and over here you can see like all of these are also just our beautiful empty residences. So yeah.
Yes, more wonderful grass.
This here is like what used to be on this quadras. This is the only one we haven't removed yet. This is just like a large kind of sculpture thingy, and we wanted to have like a thing where you could just fly around it with Elytra, because when we made this, Elytra were just added to the game.
Ah.
Yeah, I've been playing on this game for quite a while.
Oh yeah, same.
I've actually been playing since Minecraft Beta 1.8, but oh well.
I
So yeah.
I forget when I started playing Minecraft. I know that my friends introduced. It was like right before I joined Empire, and like a lot of my friends introduced me to this. So
Yeah, I see. Like you've been playing on this server for 2,119 days, and Tom and I have been playing on this server like on different accounts for roughly 1,100 more than that. So, and I was playing Minecraft I think 4 years before I joined EMC.
Okay.
But like we're back for on our storage here, and over there that's the other area. And if you're like a render distance as big as mine, you can also see the other area over there.
I think
like,
I have my render distance on. Yeah, I have my render distance on 41 chunks.
So you can probably see like the area we just were over there.
Yeah.
Like this is all connected. But I think that is everything that is like actually visually appealing over here. We can just do a quick walk by of that big thing over there, 966. That is the first large building I ever made. In Minecraft 1.7. The whole update. So that's pretty old. This is what used to be on 1145, or like we moved it over here because like I moved in with Tom, and yeah, so like that's a relic of that. And we're thinking of reviving it, but as of right now, it's just that very old and somewhat ugly building. So yeah, that's that. Then there is another thing I can show you, and we are going to teleport to residence 202.
202. Oops.
There you go. This is a nice modern tower. And there's a lot of interior here, right? There's a meeting area upstairs there. There's some things, but not all too much because I was lazy. And right here, there is my office. It's my office, right? And here there are my endless building ideas. 1 to 20.
Wow.
Like endless building ideas 1 to 20. Who doesn't want that? Upstairs. Upstairs here, there is just like a general office area and everything. But this building here, I am deliberately not showing you the outside yet because it
Okay.
recently, like somewhat recently, went kind of viral.
Oh.
It had, I think, 26,000 upvotes on Reddit and something like that.
Wow.
Why? Because it looks exactly like the PlayStation 5. And I made it far before that.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay. That
it's
I'm
just like,
curious.
it's
I know
just,
that a lot of people were making fun of the PlayStation 5 for looking like a particular real life building, but you're saying that your residence got trendy because it actually like okay.
just jump down here. As you can see, by the way, this is a near spawn rest, like where
Yep.
you can find me. Um,
Wow, that yeah, that is funny.
I made it before them.
Well, I mean, maybe there's a PlayStation employee who plays on the server. They saw that and they're like, that
I
looks
actually think
very nice.
if they know it, they probably know it via Sapphire Studios because I did professional Minecraft building for a while,
Oh,
so that might probably be it.
wow.
But yeah, so most of the building you will find here are also like really old buildings. As you may have seen, like everything is like 1.12, and that's
Hmm.
because I haven't really built it that much on the server since 1.12 because then I joined Sapphire Studios.
Okay.
And most of my building effort went to creative building. But yes, actually, the curation of this residence is a funny story in itself because I bought this residence, like this is a near spawn residence, for I think 1.2 million back then. And
1.2 million rupees?
yeah, yeah,
Cool.
rupees, of course. Like it wasn't that much. Like I've got offerings for that for more right now, but thing is, we didn't have anything planned for it, so I just decided to make a skyscraper.
Okay.
And in like typical me fashion, I watched a lot of lectures online even before the pandemic.
Hmm.
So you can just like do schematic of building like this whilst watching a lecture, and especially like large buildings like this, you can just crank out 6 hours a day. So I
Yeah.
made it in a weekend,
Cool.
like until the part where the interior starts, because then it starts like getting really complex. But the majority of this thing like doesn't have interior, right? It's just like an empty
Yeah.
shell. So it was just like built in 1 or 2 weekends, just like whoosh. Oh, great! There's a building now. And like I say a weekend, but there's like 4 months in time in between them because I forgot about it.
Ah.
But yes, also by the way, this is the other reason we needed a lot of wool.
Yeah, I do see that you got most of it is wool with some iron spotted around in there.
Yeah, like the iron are just junk blocks. Honestly. Like
Wow.
once you have actually got an iron farm going, iron just becomes your junk block. Like whenever you need something, you just place irons.
Okay.
I don't know how. I know that some other people have just like chests upon chests of iron blocks, and you're just, oh yeah, whatever. And this is only like 3DC or something like that. It's not even really that special.
Ah.
But yeah, this is I think everything there is on SMP1
Okay.
because, well, we have seen a lot. We've gone through it quite quickly, I think, but we have seen a lot.
So
And on,
so like you seem to be very passionate about architecture. Is that
Mhm.
like is that like the degree that you're going into? Like
Actually, my degree is something else, but I did like wonder whether or not I would do architecture as a degree on university.
okay.
I ultimately chose against it, but that is mostly just because of how do you call it? I am very bad at designing things with other people.
Ah, so you're not too good at teamwork. You prefer to do your own artistic touch.
I am good with teamwork. I
Oh.
am bad with creative teamwork.
Ah.
Because I have the tendency to plan everything. Um, And Tom is really bad at this as well, but Tom is more of a redstoner mostly.
Okay.
So we usually do like all different paths. Like I can do redstone as well, and I am somewhat good at it. But Tom is better at like this general planning thing. He's a civil engineer. He knows how to do that stuff.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm a geoengineer, by the way. I do stuff with geology and how to like structure buildings and stuff like that.
Cool.
Also, Shell wanted to hire me once, which is interesting. But I did not want to get hired by Shell.
Shell the
For, I think,
Shell
obvious
the
reasons.
oil
Yeah.
gas?
Because like geoengineer is something that they want because
Interesting.
they like to do things with rocks. They
Wow.
like to bore down, and they need people for that. So yeah, that's what I do.
Cool.
But I've got one thing more to show you, and that's actually one of my largest buildings, but it's on
Okay.
Utopia.
/Utopia.
And we're going to go to another beautiful residence number, 5333.
/V5333.
Yes. If it loads. It loads.
All
Look
right.
at that. It is an ice course.
Oh.
Doesn't load for me. Ah, there you go. This is our ice boat racing course.
So, wait, is this for boats?
This is for boats. Yes. This is for boats.
Oh, I was... For a while, I was wondering if I was the only one who had an ice course on my residence. I'm glad to know I'm not.
This is actually, someone I spent a lot of time just like with only stone and packed ice, just working out the shape.
Okay.
And like we also figured out some stuff that is possible. For example, if you like go here, you will find that there are like a lot of stuff tracks going up, and no visible way how to do that. Actually, it is these water curtains that like allow you to travel upwards with a boat. Basically, once the boat goes down, it just hits this water, then it goes up, and the game code for some reason decides that it cannot be like half in flowing water going down, so then it teleports the boat one block up. And basically you just go up like this.
Wow. So you're
And-
taking advantage of glitched code to create an elevator.
Well, it's not
Or
really
stairway,
a glitch.
I guess.
It's a feature.
Yes. That's a better way of putting it.
It's a feature.
Yes.
It's an
Don't call it a
unintended-
glitch, otherwise they'll get rid of it.
Yes, exactly. And it's like really useful. So yeah, it's just an unintentional feature, I guess. I'm trying to see if I have any boats here. Oh, there's DPS flag. Oh, that makes it a lot less fun. But yes, the course, when done correctly, is I just emptied all my faults. The course, when done correctly, is 2.5 minutes long, and I'll get my boats in the unintentional manner. Let me break in. Yeah. Let me see. Like there is a boat shop somewhere, but I cannot buy my own boats.
Nope. I found one boat in my inventory,
Oh, that's great.
and I found 2 boats in my inventory.
Oh, I have already got mine too.
Oh, okay.
Because I know, because this is a starting location. Like you can
Alright.
either just go yourself or you can sit in my boat. I don't know what's more useful because I know the track already.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, this is also the other reason we needed a lot of wool, by the way. Yeah. So we've got this really nice boat race going on, and it just like goes down and around and around and around. And it's pretty long, so I need to find a way to talk through it. But
Yeah, it is much bigger than mine. Like, mine is a simple lap around 2 residences. So
oh, it's 2 residences.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
Oh, it's a 2
I have
residence.
this main account and then 1 alt account, and I combined them so that I could have 2 residents wide course and a bunch of other stuff. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Yeah. Like Tom and I collectively own 8 accounts, which I know is excessive. I know that. I am fully aware that 8 accounts is fully excessive.
Hey,
But
some of the stuff that I've seen, it makes sense.
yeah, and we just decided that we wanted all our residences next to each other. So like that thing on SMP1 has 28 residences,
hmm
and we have put 3 Utopia residences next to each other here.
Okay.
So there is one more residences, which is an old build of mine, which I decided not to show because it's just like really bad and old and stuff like that. And the other residences is the residence we use for testing redstone.
Okay.
And here, like, we had plans to make Iceboat Race ever since it was possible.
Oh yeah.
But thing is, it takes a lot of time to plan stuff, and we kept changing the designs. Like at some point, we found out that we could do elevators that way, so we just completely scrapped the old design and went on for a new one. Because we are that excessive.
Yeah.
When is it going to reach? It is going to reach that. So yeah, it took us until 1.12 until we actually finished it, which is a lot of time.
Okay.
And yeah, since then we've just got this track over here. And we wanted to host events on it, but we just never really did. Because, like, I don't know, we don't have a reason to host events here, other than that we could.
One of the big difficulties would probably be like, if you're wanting to host an event, you're,
Oh, that was the end of the track.
yeah, if you're wanting to host an event, you probably would want to be able to spectate, and that gets spectate people as they're racing, and that gets really difficult when you got all the tunnels and stuff, huh?
Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that's just like it was all just basic track that we managed to make sure like that it fits in a residence. But that's all we had when the design was done of like the general course.
Okay.
And after that, Tom was just like, yeah, do an aesthetics around it.
Yeah, this
So I did my
is
best.
very nice.
Thank you. I am somewhat satisfied with it, but like one thing I feel it's lacking is story. Like it is a rune factory, like that is visible,
Mhm.
but like it doesn't really make sense on a like structural level. Like why would those buildings be like that? Like I didn't really think about that, and then normally I would. So
Well, I
I
mean,
feel it's lacking some realism in my head. I don't know if it is to you, but for me it is.
well, if you wanted to do like a story sort of thing, you could say that it would be an experimental facility that was like experimenting with some sort of uh, ice, I
Here
some
there is
sort
some
of
experimental slime.
slime, like maybe cold slime that freezes,
Here?
like a
Here?
new form of. Oh, okay. That works. But yeah, like
Yeah,
some sort of
that's a
new
lineage.
coolant to like, but it got out of control and created the course. Of course,
Yeah, so,
then you would
oh, it created the
probably
course.
yeah.
That's an
Like
interesting idea.
so, what I did with my ice course with my boat race is so my residence is Nether themed.
Ah,
So
yeah.
what I did for my ice course is I made a portal, but then I encased the portal in ice, and then I have ice flowing out of the portal that's created the course.
Ah, that's a possible story, yes.
So yeah.
Also, because, like, you know that we've never just got one ice course, there's actually 2, and there's another underground.
Oh.
I honestly had forgotten about it, because I never race it. But
Ah.
yeah, there's, like, another one under here.
Okay.
Which is just, it's a way shorter, but, like, the challenge with this one is that there were no straight lines. Like, everything is organic.
Ah.
It's just completely shaped in a way that it makes sense on like a drawing, but it's not like aligned to the Minecraft grid. which I
Okay.
think is always an interesting way to build because like everything in Minecraft is usually so like everything is aligned to the grid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is aligned to, especially with like
Oh,
cities or something like that. And I always like to challenge myself to actually make something that is more realistic and actually has like odd angles and stuff like that. I mean, if you're American, you might not really know how much stuff actually can be off the grid because US architecture is famously blocky.
well, it all depends on which architecture you're a fan of. Personally, I've been more. I don't know. I've always found more appreciation for like the organic and more unique styles than the blocky styles.
Yeah. I mean more like with blocks and stuff like that. Like New York City is just one large amount of
Yeah.
blocks and straight streets. And especially when you're from Europe, that is really weird because in Europe, like all these cities are really old. So none of that efficiency is there.
Okay.
And here you can see how much shorter this track is. But anyway, like none of that efficiency is there. So yeah, it's just really chaotic and everything doesn't align, and everything is just one large mess. And because of that, most Minecraft builds just look really off because you're used to 45-degree angles. You're used to all these weird stuff, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just not there in Minecraft sometimes.
Okay.
Also, like, when I say that cities are really old, what I mean is that the school I am currently on, the university I'm on, was founded in the year 920.
Net was, huh?
So,
920.
yes, so that is 1,100 years ago.
Wow. That. Wow.
That is. Like, in the US, it's just completely unthinkable to have, like, institutions that are that old. But, like, in Europe, it's not unthinkable. And it isn't even the oldest university in Europe. The oldest is actually Oxford, which was founded in 700 something.
Whew.
So yes, European stuff can be very old.
Well, I mean, I've always like known that like there are some architectures that still exist from like Greek era and
Yes,
older,
yes.
and I've
If
always been fascinated by that. But yeah, it is interesting to think about how universities that exist today were founded over 1,000 years ago and are still operating. Like,
yeah, and it's also interesting that it is a university. Like because of that, there have been what was the number? I think 45 Nobel prizes from it. Which it sounds really weird, but when you think how old it is, like just since the founding of the Nobel Prize, there have been contestants for the Nobel Prize from that university.
wow.
Actually, I'm going to look that up now. No, why would I? But
Wow.
yeah, like it's stuff like that. Uh, I was exaggerating. It's 16 Nobel Prizes.
Ah, okay.
I was exaggerating, and I had to count myself. But yes, there is like a page for it for like the amount of Nobel Prizes that is given, like all the people that went there that had a Nobel Prize, but there isn't like a number there.
Okay.
Great, thank you, university website. But yes, um, as you can see, this is the redstone testing place I just talked about, which is really not much to see.
Okay.
And this is that other Utopia residences, which is like one of the first builds I ever did on EMC.
Hmm.
Like not one of the first, but it's up there. I think it's the oldest build I did that is still here. That might be true. Yeah. No, wait, that's the Mega Mall. But anyway, yeah, this is one of the older builds.
Okay.
And I don't think it holds up. I don't like the trees. I don't like all that. But it's
Well,
somewhat good.
it
Anyway,
works for a swampy aspect. Like
yeah.
even the tall even the tall trees kind of work because it kind of puts that whole swampy aspect. I will say the house looks very nice, but it definitely stands out in a swamp setting. Like
Yeah, it does. Like, the original idea was that it was a cursed house because, like, they tried to make a house in a swamp area. So if you, like, go in, you will find that it is, like, not really, um, yeah.
Kept up?
Yeah, exactly. There's a bit of bloodstains on the floor as well. Like, just, yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
the
I
idea
like
was
how
that I
you
would make,
even applied a bit of string here for the vine to attach to.
yes. That is something I have always been doing because vines are a nightmare and they spread everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what I did here. And yeah, this is, I think, the last thing I've got to show you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's probably it. There is a bit more empty residences if you want to see those, but I don't think you'd be interested.
Grass, grass, wonderful grass.
Beautiful, beautiful grass.
Wow, your lawn taker is just doing a fantastic job.
They are. Oh, here
Wow,
are
look
you.
at this particular strand of grass. It is the healthiest strand I have ever seen.
It's all plains biome. Look how
I am a
beautiful.
grass connoisseur.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yes, I think that wraps it up
Okay.
with the ice boat racetrack in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. So architecture definitely seems to be a major inspiration for you. But is there any particular like historical architecture designers that like majorly inspired you?
There are several. There is Frank Lloyd-Wright, who did like quite a lot of building. Like I could also show you a lot of builds that are like by me, but just not on my residences because I sell my designs. Which also, incidentally, is the way I get my rupees.
Okay.
But yes, you will probably find out about those in other tools. But yes, Frank Lloyd Wright is one of the architects I have like done a lot of stuff with for other people because it's like this very uncontroversial modern American architect who
Yeah.
just did a lot of stuff in like the 20s and it's like very iconic. Um, Basically, that like modernist shop building for the wall, that was somewhat like his, but like he did more like that.
Okay.
I don't feel like that was a correct grammatical sentence, but oh well. Then there would be Gerrit Rietveld, which is like a similar architect, which is where we started. And as for like more modern architecture, I haven't really shown anything that does that because it's really difficult to do stuff like that in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
But Zaha Hadid, which is an Iranian architect who died in 2005, she did also a lot of work, but that's really organic modern. So like these really organic shapes that just go everywhere.
Okay.
And I tried to do it multiple times, and I just keep failing at it.
Mm.
I think there's one building actually. We could take a look at that. That might be funny. SMP7. That is like the one thing I did that I think looks somewhat good, which is Yix's Mega Mall.
Slash V. How do you spell that?
It's Yix's Mega Mall, but I think we might want to teleport to another residence.
Okay.
So let's say 14782. Yeah, that works. Like that building.
Okay.
Like it's I tried my best to like do something that's a bit more organic and a bit less like constrained, but I still just don't like the way the blockiness of Minecraft likes make it look, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty old building as well. I think this is another 1.12 building,
Okay.
but it's like it just barely works. I think it's the only thing that I ever did that came close, honestly. But yeah, like that is the other thing that I tend to be really inspired by, and then I try something, and then I fail, and then I do something else, which
Okay.
is effectively 50% of my designing cycle. Like I do something, it fails, and then I'm just like, oh well, and I do something else, and then it fails again, and I think I'm like, oh well, and then I do something else. That just repeats for a few days. Oh well. Anyway, yeah. So if you're ever in a mega mall, chances are I designed it.
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty famous mega mall in EMC, I think, right? This is one of the large ones.
Cool. Oh.
I also did... Nah, I'm going to end it here. Is this a good place to end it? This could be a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
Yeah.
great.
All right. Well. And I had boots on this entire time.
Boots.
Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this has been very cool. See, there have been a lot of like impressive stuff. I really enjoyed that airship that you built, and then the boat race. Like, yeah, it's nice to see another one of those, and it is like, yeah, it is very impressive. Much more impressive than mine.
Don't say that about yourself.
Oh, if you want, I can show you after this video.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed looking at all this architecture. And I really, really am looking forward to seeing what you guys think and what the next video holds. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all later. Bye!